Hi everyone. So welcome back to the Sports Breakdown once again. So today we are going to do the CSK versus GT preview, which is the match one of IPL 2023, and we'll be asking also about the latest IPL updates, injury concerns, and a bit of predictions also at the end. So we brought alongside Jones Cricket, as we know from Twitter. He's joined my channel twice, but it's been a while since I brought him. So how you've been doing, Jones Cricket? It's IPL time. I think only 2 days left for IPL 2023. How excited are you? Especially the home and away format going to come along, and it's so exciting to talk about IPL once again.
First of all, thanks a lot for inviting me. It's a pleasure to come into the YouTube channel. And if you talk about IPL every year, it brings lots of excitement. There will be rise of new talents. The overseas stars will be coming in, and it's a global excitement as well. Apart from few international series, most of the teams are free. They'll be coming to IPL. If you look at the commentary panel of Geo or Star Sports, etc. There has been some big names of world cricket, so exciting times, and it will be moving to a new direction as well. Earlier, Disney and Star used to show the whole IPL. Right now, the streaming rights is with Geo, and digital rights is with TV rights is with Star as well. So another exciting thing as well. Like there are lots of things to look forward. So we can start the discussion as well about the Super Kings versus Gujarat Titans match.
Yes, let's discuss about the CSK versus GT match. Want to ask you about MS Dhoni, because we know this may be the last season. I am not sure, because that is totally dependent upon MS Dhoni's decision. But yeah, what does your gut feeling tell? Like, do you think MS Dhoni will stick around CSK for like 2 or 3 years? Because we've seen even Rohit Sharma telling that MS Dhoni has that fitness to stay for 2 or 3 seasons, but it totally depends on his decision also. But what do you think, Jones Cricket? Do you think this is going to be his last season, and whether he's going to play his last match in Chepauk? He has wished to play his last match in Chepauk. So, any thoughts on that, Jones Cricket?
I think it's really tough to say. Like everyone was expecting Dhoni to retire after 2021 IPL, especially CSK won the IPL. But as you mentioned, he needs to play his final game in Chepauk. So we need to wait and watch how that goes on. If you look at his ODI retirement, especially from India, he played his last match in Ranji. So every time Dhoni had that perfect theory to retire, when to retire, only he knows that, and he'll be walking away. Like I don't think there will be a great farewell, something like that. But he will be deciding one day I need to stop, then he'll be stopping. So it's really tough to predict. But I still believe, if you look at he is right now 41. It's really tough to be fit as well. Like he's just playing for 2 months and he is taking a break of 10 months. He's not part of the international cricket, or he's not playing in any other leagues as well. So it's not easy to just come for 2 months and prepare for that league, especially when you're facing that high quality bowlers as well. Even Dhoni knows that. But I believe, as you mentioned, he wants to retire from Chepauk. That is where the love story has started from 2008. It has been almost 15 to 16 years. So he needs to give back to the fans as well, to watch him live. Especially if you look at last 2 3 years, some leagues happened in UAE, some last year which happened in Mumbai as well. So Chepauk hasn't hosted much games. So
Yes.
it is an ideal time, and the fans deserve as well to get that final eye of MS Dhoni.
Yeah, very true. And coming to the first match also, Jones, especially we got the news that Ben Stokes might not actually bowl the first few matches. He's going to play as a specialist batsman. How will that affect the balance of the CSK team? Because we know, especially CSK last season, the weakness was that dead bowling, and they don't have. I think Magal, I'm not sure whether he's going to play the first match because of his commitments for international tour. But how do you see? Because Ben Stokes, when SK bought him, obviously they wanted him to bowl as well, but and he's a specialist death bowl as well. But CSK don't have that death bowl. I mean, Deepak Chahar is there, but he is not that effective in the death. So how will that affect balance affect CSK, especially if Ben Stokes plays as a specialist batsman, especially in the bowling department?
I think more than Ben Stokes bowling, I believe Tikshana's availability is the biggest factor. If you look at Sri Lanka has the international commitments right now, so I don't think he'll be playing the first 2 3 games. So Tikshana's availability is the more issue than Ben Stokes not bowling. Especially if you look at Tikshana, used to bowl the 16th and 17th overs for Sri Lanka as well. He used to take that depth over specialist job. So that is where the importance of Tikshana comes in, and playing in Chapo conditions as well. And if you look for the first match, if you look at even Gujarat Titans is also hit by a few players as well. They don't have the availability of this David Miller is not available for the first game. Then we don't know the availability of Alsari Joseph as well, because he just finished the international commitments yesterday. So we don't know when he will be arriving, etc. So that is another thing. Every team has that issues in first 2 3 games. South African players won't be coming due to the series against Netherlands in the first match. So that is the another thing. Every team has been hit back very badly. And coming to CSK, if you look at, they have got the bowlers like as you mentioned, there is Deepak Chahar is there. Simranjit will be starting because Mukesh Chaudhary is not available right now. He's injured something, so Simranjit I believe he'll be starting. Then there is Moeen Ali is there, Jadeja is there. Then I believe Pretorius will be starting because Tikshana is not available. So Pretorius might play for Tikshana. That will be the replacement they are looking for. Then if you look at if Shivan Dube is playing, Shivan Dube can bowl, and we need to look at the impact player rule as well. So impact
Mm,
player rules help CSK to get an extra bowler as well when they are bowling. So that is another rule we need to look at very importantly in this season, because they are get every team will be getting 12 players in a match. So that will be giving the added flexibility to the sport for each and every team. So see if CSK can utilize that, and they have got the players like Rajwardhan Hankarkar is there, then Prashant Solanki is there. If they are bowling, then they can use Prashant Solanki. So they have got the options, but ideally, the major hit is that they don't have the availability of Tikshana in the first few games.
very true. Sportbit here says, in case of non-spin friendly pitchers, who will CSK go for? Magalo Pretorius as an overseas fast bowler.
I think if you look at the overseas, if everyone is fit and available, Devon Conway will be playing, Moeen Ali will be playing, then Tikshana will be playing. These three are straightforward pick. Then Ben Stokes will be playing. So the four overseas are almost packed. If everyone is fit and available, but as if now in the first match there is no Tikshana available, then we don't know the availability of Magala as well. So Pretorius will be starting straightforward. So I believe this will be the four overseas in the first game. But once Tikshana comes back, then Tikshana might replace depending on the form of Devon Conway and Pretorius.
Mm. Talking about Devon Conway, Jones Cricket, do you think he will open alongside Ruturaj Gaikwad, though he will play in the middle order because there's Ajinkya Rahane joined this year, and there's Braidu also in the middle order. Do you prefer like Rahane and Gaikwad opening, or do you think Conway has to open, or he should bat in the middle order? Thoughts on that?
I think Conway will be opening. That is the ideal position. He has the ability to take the power play advantage, etc. So Conway and Rutu will be opening. Number three, I believe it will be Ben Stokes, because you need to play Ben Stokes in the top order. Then number four will be this Bhatti Raidu. Number five will be Moeen Ali. So this might be the top five. Even though Moeen Ali used to bat in the top order for CSK, but right now with Ben Stokes coming, he needs to play in the top order, because Ben Stokes in the lower order or at number five does not add more value. Ben Stokes at number three adds more value because he can take the fast bowlers really well, and it depends on when they are getting out as well. When Ruturaj is going to get out, when Devon Conway is going to get out, but most probably I believe Stokes will be batting at number three.
Yeah, very true. And talking about Gujarat Titans, obviously they won't have Miller in the first match. Who do you think will be that replacement for David Miller in the? I know it's not easy to replace David Miller, but who do you think will probably replace David Miller? Because I think there is Alzari Joseph, I think, who's there. I think there's a couple of overseas players that are there who will be available except for the South African players. Who do you think will that addition be? Because the middle order is slightly affected without David Miller in that middle order for GT.
I think for the first match, I believe Matthew Wade will be playing instead of David Miller in the lower order. If you look at the overseas players, Kane Williamson will be starting, that is for sure. Then Miller is not available, so Matthew Wade will be playing. then Rashid Khan will be playing. And number four will be the tricky choice. We don't have the availability of Alsari Joseph. So if Joseph is not available, then Joshua Little will be playing from Ireland. But if this Alsari Joseph is available, then he will be starting the season.
Yes. We have another chat. Sportbeat here says, any chance of Rajwandhan Hangarekar in the CSK playing 11?
I think he might come as an impact player. I don't think he'll be directly starting. We need to wait and watch. But as an impact player, he has a great chance to come into the mix of the setup. Rajwardhan Hangargekar, then Prashant Solanki is there. Then there are a few other like Sheikh Rashid is there. Then there are other few youngsters as well. So I believe that with the impact player rule, I believe Rajwardhan will be getting more opportunities in this season.
Yeah. And talking about the first match, also Jones cricket, who do you think will be the key players for teams, especially for CSK and GT? Who do you think will be the key players for both the teams for this first match at Ahmedabad?
I think key players. If you look at the this Gujarat Titans, I believe Rashid Khan will be a key player. He is the MVP or he is the greatest T20 player ever. If you look at his bowling, his fielding, the way he has evolved as a batter, so how Rashid Khan does well. If Rashid Khan is having a great season, then their bowling unit will be doing so well. Then how well Shami is going to bowl in the power play because Chennai Super Kings strength really lies on the top order. So if Shami can get the rhythm back in the power play, then it will be really dangerous for them. So I believe for Gujarat Titans it will be Shami, then Rashid Khan and Hardik Pandya. These three will be the players to watch out. For CSK, I believe one will be Ruturaj, of course. Then second will be Ben Stokes and third will be Deepak Chahar. Deepak
Hmm.
Chahar with the new ball will be really lethal, but he's coming back up after long injury gap. So in the power play, how well he is going to do is really important question. And if you look at Gujarat Titans top order, they have Kane Williamson, Shubman Gill, KS Bharat, or Vrithiman Saha. So if
Yes.
Deepak Chahar can get the rhythm really tight, then it will be really an interesting battle with the new ball.
Hmm. And discussing about MS Dhoni, do we expect MS Dhoni to bat at number 7 or lower down? Since I mean he's a captain, do we expect a bigger role from MS Dhoni this season, or do we see MS Dhoni batting in the middle order at situations, especially if they lose 4 quick wickets? So your thoughts on that? Do you think Jadeja will bat higher than MS Dhoni this season, and even the other batters who are coming in? How do you see that happening with MS Dhoni this season?
I think Jadeja will be batting more often before MS because we have seen his batting ability has evolved a lot. Jadeja's he has been batting so well in all the formats, especially against fast bowlers. In the last 2-3 overs, he has a remarkable record as a finisher in recent times. So Jadeja will be coming earlier, but it depends on the overs and who is bowling as well. So that is the another important factor. But against pace in the last 3-4 overs, you need Jadeja to bat in that position.
Hmm, true. And Jones Cricket, your thoughts about this impact player rule, because it has been introduced this year, and we saw this first of all in the Big Bash League, but now it's introduced in the IPL. So, how significant is this impact player rule? Especially now, they're saying now after the toss, I think the teams can send in their playing 11. Before that, it was not the case. So, your thoughts overall of this impact player rule, and how it's been implemented, and how good it is for the IPL also.
I think it's too early to say. Everyone has different opinions. Like it was introduced in the Said Mushtaq Ali, but many teams didn't use impact player rule. And if you look at what Ricky Ponting told, he told that all-rounders' job will be reducing. But Rohit Sharma had a different opinion that he told all-rounders will be in the game more often, even if there is impact player rule. So everyone is looking it as a different aspect. So it's too tough to tell right now, but I believe most teams will be using it because some teams has the issues in the Indian core, and some teams has the issues in overseas, etc. So most of the teams will be preferring because most of the sides has very good depth as well. So they'll be using as a batting team, then bowling team as well. So we'll be seeing that more often, but it's really tough to say where it will be standing after the season.
Mm. Yeah, and talk about the first match once again, Jones Cricket. How do you see things going in Ahmedabad? Do we expect a high-scoring pitch, especially 200 plus, seeing how things have gone before in Ahmedabad? Do we expect a 200, 170 plus score, or do we expect the bowlers to dominate at Ahmedabad? So your thoughts, especially because this is the opening match, and I think already this crowd is also sold out, and also we expect an entertaining match. So how do you see things happening? Do you think bowling first will be good or batting first? How do you think see it happening?
I think it's really tough to say how pitches are going to be in what Narendra Modi Stadium right now. CSK has left to the left to Gujarat, so we need to wait and watch. Tomorrow we'll be getting a better picture, but as of now, if you look at it is a very big ground. Spinners will be getting more help as well. If you look at both the sides as very good spinners, if you take Gujarat Titans, they have Sai Kishore, Rashid Khan, etc. there. If you look at CSK, there is Moin Ali is there. Then there is, if Solanki is playing, Prashant Solanki is there. Then Jadeja is there. So both the sides has very good spinners. So I believe it will be around that 160 to 180 pitch. I don't think it will be going 200 plus in the first game.
Hmm, true. And talk about the key matchups also, Jones Cricket. Who do you think will be the key matchups for this match? Who do you think will be like? I mean, the key matchups that we can expect from this match, and who can actually dominate between both these teams?
As I mentioned earlier, if you look at Gujarat Titans has a very good core, almost similar to what they played last season. Apart from Kane Williamson, almost everyone is same as well from the last champion team. Smriti Saha, then Shubman Gill, David Miller is not available, but he'll be coming. Then there is Hardik Pandya, then there is Tiwatia, then Rashid Khan, then Yash Dayal or Mohammad Shami. Every player, Sai Kishore, almost the core they have continued what they have done, what they have been successful last year. So it's really tough to say, but I will say that 50-50. But slight advantage with the availability, etc., of the players. That CSK 51 to 49. That will be my ratio for this match.
Yeah, very very bold assumptions over there from Jones Cricket. So let's talk to the updates right now, Jones Cricket. Talking about Jasprit Bumrah's injury for Mumbai Indians right now, they haven't announced the replacement yet, or there is no news from Mumbai Indians at all between both these players and their replacements. But who are the likely candidates that can replace both of them? Because a lot of MI fans are questioning right now, why is the Mumbai Indians management actually not asking for the, I mean, not making these moves quickly? Because we saw Rajasthan Royals, they got Sandeep Sharma instead of Prasidh Krishna, and they made a big move, but Mumbai Indians have been holding back slightly. So what is there any I mean, players who are available in that unsold list that can replace both these two, or is there any issue going on between Mumbai Indians, which is why they're having such a delay right now?
No, Rohit has informed that it will be coming within 1 or 2 days. They have few bowlers in the net bowling section in the Mumbai Indians camp. They are looking for those players. And even if you look at the overseas, I believe it will be from Sri Lanka, who will be replacing Jail Richardson, either Madhusanga, who is a left arm seamer, or Dasham Shanaga. From these two, anyone will be replacing. From Indian list, it's more often net bowling list. There is no news about that, but they have a very good eye. I believe it will be announced tomorrow or day after tomorrow before the season, and they are part of the city. So, and I don't
Yes.
think they will start in the season as well. So that might be the reason why they are being looking late as well.
Yes, true. Sportbit here says Sandeep Warrior. He be a good addition for Jasprit Bumrah, or even I think there's Varun Aaron also available right now, also who's been unsold and not been picked any by any teams. Who will be the likely a replacement that MI might go to? Because since they haven't got Sandeep Sharma, who was the likely candidate that was going to go to MI for Jasprit Bumrah, but Rajasthan actually got him.
They're looking for a domestic bowler. I don't know the exact names, but they have 2 3 guys in their camp. Most of them are uncapped players. They does not have a big name in the domestic setup as well. Apart from few, they are really good talents, but they does not
Hmm.
have a good name in the side from side Mushtaq Ali or etc. But most of them are in the camp. They'll be announcing it very soon.
Yes. And talk about RCB also, Jones Cricket, we saw Rajat Patidar actually going to the RCB camp, but as we got from sources that he was going to miss the first half of IPL. So, is he available for the first match for RCB? Because he has gone to the RCB camp. We assume that Rajat Patidar might be fit if he's gone to the RCB camp, but has he gone there to actually gone for rehab, or is he fit to actually play his first match? Because we are not sure about what's happening right now with Rajat Patidar.
Like I don't think he'll be playing the first match. Whatever the information Cricinfo has shared, even that journalist has told, he won't be starting the season, but he'll be playing at a certain stage for RCB. But it will be really highly unlikely to Rajat Patida to be part of the first match of the season for RCB.
Hmm. All right. And also, Jones Cricket, your thoughts about Nitish Rana also being captain of KKR, because we know that Shreyas Iyer was out half of the season, and the candidates were Sunil Narayan or Shardul Thakur. They were saying initially that could be KKR captain, but they've gone with Nitish Rana. And as we know, Nitish Rana, he has captain for Delhi in domestic cricket, I think for SMAT, and Vijay Hazare even for Ranji Trophy also is captain KKR. So your thoughts about this interim captain that KKR have gone for, and how good of an announcement, because this is the Indian captain that KKR also have gone with also.
I think they didn't have much choices as well. Like if you look at there was Sunil Narine, but he was the captain of Abu Dhabi United. They finished last in the season. Then coming to Russell, because of his fitness, you can't expect him to be in each and every game. To be a supporter to the bowlers, batters, etc., etc. When the team is not doing well, because he has fitness issues. So these two players out of the contention, then they didn't had a big name in Indian setup as well. So there
Hmm.
was Shakib, but you can't expect Shakib to start because Narayan will be starting, Russell will be starting, then Litton Das or Gurbas will be starting. Then the fourth overseas will be Loki Ferguson or Tim Southey. So there is no
Yeah.
space for this Shakib Al Hasan. So they
Yeah.
don't have much choices. And coming to Nitish Rana, he has been part of the team for last 3 4 years. I believe they got Nitish Rana from 2018 IPL. So he
Yeah.
knows the setup really well, and he captained Delhi as well in a few games inside Mushtaq as well. So he has got that experience factor. So that was the ideal replacement for Kolkata Knight Riders.
Yeah. And talk about Bangladesh players also, Jones. We got some news that, I mean, they might not be getting the NOC, especially there's Fish there, there's Shakib there, and also I think Litton Das. Any information on like whether the Bangladesh players will be getting the NOC from the Bangladesh Cricket Board right now? Is there any restrictions? So you think they will be allowed, like according to the sources that is coming right now about the Bangladesh players?
We need to wait and watch. I believe everyone will be coming, but Bangladesh Cricket Board is really strict on these things. They always prioritize international cricket first because that has been the case. Like they are paid really well. They have their own commitments, etc. So it's really tough to say. And most of them, apart from Litton Das, I don't think anyone will be starting the season. Even Litton Das, it will be tough if Gurbas is starting really well in the season, then it will be really tough for Leighton Das as well to play the game. So I believe it's really tough to say right now, but we'll be getting a better picture within 1 week.
Yeah, I agree. And also, we know that Josh Hazelwood, I think right now he's having I think Achilles tendinitis. I think right now the updates, because I think Josh Hazelwood right now might miss the first half is what we are getting from the sources and from you as well. So, any thoughts? I mean, Reece Topley might have to start. Do you feel for RCB if Josh Hazelwood is not fit? Because anyways, I think Michael Bracewell is also there, who's coming from New Zealand to India. He was the replacement for Will Jack. So how do you see this going? Because Josh Hazelwood might be a big loss for RCB, because he was that key bowler for RCB last season. So your thoughts on that, Jones Cricket?
Like It's really tough to say about Joe Hazelwood. Like if you look at during the Test series, every one from Australia was predicting he'll be playing the first match of the IPL. But I think the rehab hasn't gone that well. That might be the reason why he hasn't arrived so far. So as you mentioned, he'll be missing few games, but we don't know when he'll be coming. So we need to wait and watch. And Toffley will be starting the way he has been bowling, especially with the new ball. We all know how dangerous he is as well. I believe Reece Toffley will be starting for RCB.
Mm. All right. And final updates before we go for predictions. Obviously, we know Rishabh Pant was out for Delhi Capitals this season. Unfortunate incident. Hope for a speedy recovery from Rishabh Pant. But we've got news today that Abhishek Porel is going to replace is set to replace Rishabh Pant for Delhi Capitals for IPL 2023. Do you think that was a good move from Delhi Capitals Jones Cricket? Because there was Sheldon Jackson as well, who played for KKR and he was unsold as well and could have been part of Delhi Capitals. There were other wicket keeping options also for Delhi Capitals. So your thoughts whether Abhishek Porel is a good candidate, because I think he's still 20 years. He's played for Bengal, but Delhi Capitals have acquired him because for a replacement, because they need that left-hand batsman, and also Porel is a left-hand batsman. So your thoughts on that, Jones Cricket?
I think Safras will be starting. Recently, he played as a wicketkeeper in DY Patel tournament, so that means that he will be starting the season. And depending on his form, Abhishek Porel might be getting the game. And there is Phil Salt as well. If Roseway is not doing that well in the season, or someone other is not doing that well, then Phil Salt might be getting few opportunities. We all know how dangerous he is as well. So that is another option, but it is really tough to start with Phil Salt as well, because Warner will be starting, then Mitchell Marsh will be starting, Roman Powell will be starting, and one overseas pacer. Because Nokia will be starting as well. So it depends on the form of Mitchell Marsh or Roman Powell will be starting anyway, because they need a finisher, because they don't have Rishabh Pant right now. So it won't be easy how to fit in Phil Salt right now, but maybe a stage might come as well. If Safras is not doing that well, or if Abhishek Porel is not coming to the expectations, they need to change that as well. So that is the one option they have, but I don't think that will be happening in the first 7 games in the tournament.
Yes. And also, Jones Cricket talked about Punjab Kings. I think we got news that Liam Livingston actually might miss the first two matches. I think there's Sikandar Raza or Barnukos. And we know that Punjab Kings actually have 7 overseas players right now. We don't know about Livingston status. And then Rabada is also missing the first match as well. So your thoughts about PBK's, their balance, especially not having Livingston in the first two matches? Will that be a big blow for them, or do you think they have like the right candidates to actually fill in that spot for Liam Livingston for the first two matches?
We Right now PT has reported that Livingston won't be playing. Like if Livingston is not playing, then Rajapaksha will be starting the season. Rajapaksha, then this I believe Rabada won't be available for the first match, so Nathan Elias will be starting for them. Then it will be a big hit if Livy is not available, and they'll be, I believe Matt Short will be making his debut as well, who came as the replacement from Bairstow. So Matt Short, Rajapaksha, then Nathan Elias, these will be the three, and Sam Curran. These will be the four overseas player at least for the first match. Once Livingston is coming back, then depending on the form of Matt Short or Rajapaksha will be starting, and they have another choice as well. They don't need to make Matt Short the debut. They can play Prav Simran Singh as an opener and give Sikandar Rasa as a finishing job as well. So they have got two options. Either they can play Sikandar Rasa or they can play Matt Short. So that is the option they need to look out. It depends on the form as well. Rasa has been in a great touch in a PSL. We have seen how well he played for Lahore Qalandars as well. So they have got two choices to make out for the first match.
Yes. We have a comment over here from Rohit. He says, any chances of Josh Little in Gujarat Titans playing 11?
Josh Little, like as I mentioned earlier, it depends on Alsari Joseph availability. If Alsari Joseph is not available, then Joshua Little will be playing. And if Alsari Joseph is not doing well for 3-4 games, then they might look for a change for a couple of games. So that is where the option of Joshua Little will be coming.
Yeah. And Jones Cricket, don't you think like Odion Smith can also get a chance? Because I mean, Odion Smith has been playing all around in franchise cricket also, and has been performing well with the bat and ball. He's a genuine all-rounder, was bought for base price. Do we see Odion Smith also in that playing 11 towards the latter stages, or even in the beginning of the season?
Uh, I couldn't hear. Can you repeat again?
I was talking about Odion Smith, whether could he fit into the playing 11 for Gujarat Titans if they have option of obviously not going for Josh Little or Alzari Joseph, because we've known that he plays in franchise crickets all around the world. So can we expect Odion Smith to play in that playing 11 for GT?
Odain Smith is really tough right now. If you look at, they have got Williamson, David Miller, Rashid Khan, or Joshua Little, or Alsari Joseph. So I don't think it's really tough, to get Odain Smith an option.
Hmm. All right. So let's talk about predictions right now. Jones Cricket, who do you think will be in that top four of the points table at the end? Like in your gut feeling, who do you think, like predictions wise, who do you think will be in the top four for IPL 2023 this season?
I think it's really tough to predict right now. We need to wait and watch. Uh, like, uh, like if you look at last year as well, no one expected Gujarat Titans to win the title, but everything came together for them. So I really wish CSK to be part of the top four setup, but we need to wait and watch how that goes on. I believe CSK, Lucknow Super Giants, then Sunrisers Hyderabad. These three teams might be the top three. Then fourth is really tough to predict who will be there.
Hmm. Who do you think will be in that mix, perhaps for fourth? Who, according to you, maybe two or three teams in that fourth spot battling. Who do you think will be those two or three teams?
I think one will be Lucknow, so one will be Gujarat Titans. Then it depends on the availability of overseas players. Maybe RCB can come, everything come together as an act if Patidar is available, etc. So that is where the times for RCB will be coming.
Mm, yes. Rohit here says, who can be the best uncapped player in this season for Gujarat Titans?
Gujarat Titans, I don't think Sai Kishore will be the one name I'm really looking forward to see. Even though last year he didn't get much opportunities, but this year I believe he will be getting more opportunities because they'll be playing a lot more games in Narendra Modi Stadium with the long boundaries. Sai Kishore's ability will be a big weapon for Gujarat Titans.
Mm, all right. Yeah. And yes, and talking about let's talk about captaincy also. Your thoughts about Shikhar Dhawan also being appointed for Punjab Kings this season? We know he doesn't have a good record when it comes to his captaincy record in the past for SRH, but he's been obviously appointed this season as for PBK's captain. Do you think like he will make a change for PBK's, because we've seen last 4 seasons Punjab Kings have been making to the sixth position. They haven't been able to go to the top four. Can we expect the similar story for Punjab Kings this season, or will they go even worse than last season?
I think for Punjab Kings it's really tough because Bairstow was the best bet. Without Bairstow, we don't know how Matthew Short will be playing in Indian conditions. Even though he had a great big bash, we need to wait and watch how that goes on. Then form of Rajapaksa is another issue because even though he did so well in the Asia Cup final, etc., but you also know that he has the consistency issue. You
Yeah.
can't expect him to perform each and every game. Then their bowling unit as well. Rabada, we have seen how inconsistent he is in T20 format. Then Sam Curran, Indian pitches, we need to wait and watch. Then apart from Rahul Char or few other guys, there is not trustworthy, and the one is getting older as well. It's not that like the one who used to be in the past. So it's really tough for Punjab Kings unless something drastic, anything, someone have a great season like 600 plus something, then they have a choice. But other than that, it's really tough.
Yes. Rohit also has asked Rahul Tewatia as a finisher or a go-to bowler. We saw last season, I think, because it was in Mumbai, I think he was used as a batsman, but this time there is the home and away format. So we expect Rahul Tewatia to obviously have a go with the bowling. So how do you see this season happening with Rahul Tewatia since this home and away format is there for this IPL season?
Tivatia last year was just magical. The way he was finishing with the consistency, like as I mentioned earlier, everything came together for them. Shubman Gill 400 plus, Hardik Pandya 400 plus, David Miller whenever he used to get the bat, he just used to smash everyone. When Tivatia used to come with the bat, he used to smash the spinners. Then if you look at the bowlers, Mohammad Shami was getting wickets. Yash Dayal doing well. Then right now they have got Shivam Mavi as well this year. That will be
Yeah.
giving them extra flexibility. So everything came together for them last year. We don't know how that going to come together for this year. That is where the challenge comes for Gujarat Titans as well. How that year can be repeatable. It is not going to be easy. Sometimes it won't be happening as well. But they have got some match winners. One is Hardik Pandya. Second is Rashid Khan. Third is David Miller. Then fourth, Shubman Gill is a bankable player. Even if it is a very poor season, he can score 400 plus or 450 plus. So they
Mm.
have got few bankable options and they have got some very good match winners as well. So if they can come together and act together, then they can qualify to the playoff. But doing what they did in 2022, I don't think it will be happening again. Because if you look at even Saha was around 350 plus something, 350 plus or 400 plus something. So everyone was scoring 400 plus season. That can happen once or twice in 10 years. So everything came
Yes.
together last year. This year, it's the job of the match winners to produce the magical effort. If they can do that, then they'll be playing in the playoff.
True. And also, Jones Cricket talk about SRH also. Your thoughts about Aidan Markram being captain because we know he won the title with Sunrisers Eastern Capes. We know he has captained South Africa also to glory in the Under 19 World Cup back in 2014. Do you think that was the right move by SRH? Because SRH usually they follow this overseas policy of appointing captains. We know what happened with David Warner and Kane Williamson, which is why they departed SRH and went to another team. Do you think this Aidan Markram can bring SRH to top four and perhaps go to the finals this year, seeing how this SRH squad is? And also your thoughts about Mayank Agrawal, because Mayank also was a contender to obviously be captain, but now he's out of his pressure cap. I mean, he was in the auction list and he was bought by SRH. Now he's relieved of pressure because we know Mayank was captaining Punjab Kings this season, last season. So what can we expect from Mayank also this season for SRH, because he's no longer captain also and he can play freely as a top order batsman also. Yeah, Jones Cricket. Yes, did you did you hear my question? Yeah.
I can't hear some network issues there.
Sorry. I was talking about Aidan Markram's captaincy. Was it the right choice by SRH to obviously captain Aidan Markram, because we know he captained the Sunrisers Eastern Capes to victory in the SA 20, and then also in the Under 19 World Cup also South Africa. South He led the team to victory. Do you think that was the right move by SRH, because usually they go with this overseas policy of appointing overseas players as captains, but we know what happened with the past for Williamson and Warner as well.
I think Sunrisers Hyderabad has a very good team this year, especially the batting. If you look at Mayank Agarwal, Abhishek Sharma, Rahul Tripathi, Adam Makram, then Glenn Phillips or Hendrich Klassen, then Harry Brook is there, then Abdul Samad is there, then Washington Sundar is there, even bowling as well. Apart from spin department, they have got everything in their armory. If you look at bowling, Natarajan, then there is Karthik Tyagi is there, then there is Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is there. So they have got everything in their armory. It's just their spin attack is not that great. That is where the importance of spin. They have got Adil Rashid, but I don't think Adil Rashid will be playing. Maybe in the few games like Chepok, etc. But it's really tough to accommodate him because they have got very good players. Their batting can be dangerous everywhere. It's really tough to back them in their batting. So Sunrisers has a very good chance to make the playoff this year.
Your thoughts about Mayank Agrawal also, because we know he was released by SRH last year, and then sorry, by Punjab Kings last year, and he went to SRH, and he was demoted of captain, and Mayank wanted to go to the auctions, obviously with the things that ended with the Punjab Kings. Do you think, can we expect the Mayank that we saw back 2 years or 3 years ago with Sunrisers Hyderabad? Because we know his batting capabilities, he can score 300, 350 runs a season. He's that capable, like Shubman Gill. So what can we expect from Mayank Agrawal since now he's in another team?
Mayank, I believe he'll be having a good season. Apart from last year, he was having great times in IPL. If you look at the way Rahul and Mayank played together for Punjab Kings, Mayank had a strike rate of 140 plus something. So if Mayank can repeat that, he had a good domestic season for Karnataka. So Mayank Agarwal will be having a good season. I back him to do well in this time as well.
Mm, all right. And discussing about LSG also, I think Quinton de Kock also is missing from the first match. And KL Rahul's captaincy, I think a lot of people were questioning about KL Rahul's captaincy last season, but somehow the team is good that LSG somehow came to the playoffs last season. What can we expect from Lucknow Super Giants this season, especially releasing Jason Holder, releasing Manish Pandey, and getting some additions as well this time around, getting Daniel Sams and a few players. So your thoughts, and Romario Shepherd also. So your thoughts about Lucknow Super Giants?
Lucknow has done reasonably well in the auction, especially the inclusion of Nicolas Puran. Last year they had issues in the middle order. Right now they have got Nicolas Puran, so Puran will be batting at number four. Like if you look at KL, Decock, Deepak Puran, then there is Marcus Stoinis is there, Kurnal Pandey is there. So they have got a mix of very good batters and all rounders as well. And the issue will be injuries. Mark Wood has the injury issues. Then we don't know the availability of Mohsin Khan. So apart from that, I believe they have very good strong squad and they will be playing in their home conditions as well. We all know how well Lucknow Stadium can helpful for the spinners. So they have got Kurnal Pandya, Ravi Bishnoi, then Deepak Huda is there, Ayush Badoni is there. So they have got a very good mix of spinners. So that will be helping them a lot. So I believe they'll be doing well in the season. They can qualify in the playoff as well.
All right. A final question, Jones Cricket, before we wrap things up. Who do you think will be your predictions and your feelings? Who do you think will be the orange cap holder this time? Who will score the most runs, most wickets, and probably last question, the MVP for IPL 2023, according to you? Just predictions. It doesn't have to be accurate, but just what you feel about those three. Yeah.
I think most runs it will be KL Rahul or Shubman Gill. Most wickets is really tough right now because everyone has got some very good bowlers. So most wickets is really tough. MVP, I really wish it should be someone from CSK. I don't want anyone to be named, but I wish it should be from CSK.
All right. MVP, who do you think will be the most valuable player for in this IPL, according to you?
Like if
Just
Jadeja can perform with the bat what he has been doing in IPL in 2019, 2020, etc., and with the bowling in Chapo conditions, he can be a ruthless asset. So if Jadeja can get that batting together, then I really hope Jadeja will be the MVP.
all right. So thank you so much, Jones Cricket, once again for joining. So we'll wrap things up. I saw a comment over there. Yeah, Kunal says MVP. He says it's going to be Hardik Pandya. Okay. Yeah, I think different people have different opinions. So let's see how this season goes. So thank you so much once again, Jones Cricket, for accepting the invite. So we did the preview of the first match between CSK versus GT. Jones Cricket feels it's 51-49 to CSK right now. So let's see. It can change. It's a match, 2020 match. Anything can happen. So let's hope for a crack of a match of the first match at Ahmedabad, biggest stadium in the cricket stadium in the world. So let's hope for the best in the first match starting in 2 days' time. And yeah, guys, we'll wrap things up. We spoke about the latest IPL updates. So do subscribe to Sports Breakdown, like, comment, and share. And do follow Jones Cricket on Instagram and Twitter, especially on Twitter. He gives the latest updates. He's like the most reliable and the quickest updater over there in Twitter. So thank you so much, Jones Cricket, once again for accepting the invite.
Thanks a lot for inviting me as well. It's a really a pleasure to chat with you. So hopefully we can meet together very soon as well after the IPL or before the WTC final. So we can. I really wish to come more in this channel as well.
Thank you so much, Jones Cricket, and your insights as well. So yeah, guys, we'll wrap things up here, guys. So do check this video once again, like, comment, and share to the next video. Thank you so much, guys, and goodbye.